In a land of sunshine where the palm trees sway, there's a special show to brighten up your day. From rockin' festivals to Broadway dreams, tune in with Bonnie G. It's a desert scene, the desert scene with Bonnie G. Meet the stars and feel the beat. From the Coachella Valley is the place to be, for all the culture, fun, and harmony. The desert scene, yeah, with Bonnie G.
Mutual Broadcasting welcomes you to the Desert Scene, featuring conversations with the people who make culture, art, and entertainment happen in the Coachella Valley. From local theater to live music, art exhibits to cinema and beyond. The Desert Scene is presented by El Portal Mexican Restaurant in Cathedral City. Now, here is your host, Bonnie G.
And welcome to the Desert Scene. So happy to have you here, and very happy to welcome to the show Dan Gore, who is the big muckety-muck at Oscars downtown. They've always got something exciting going on. Hi, Dan. How are you?
Hi, Bonnie G. It's Dan G. What's up?
Yeah. So I see stuff all the time at Oscars. You are just jumping down there. So I want to talk about a number of different things. But first off, I want to first of all talk about New Year's Eve, because you have a really exciting two shows,
Sure.
6 p.m. and 9:30. Jackie Beat, Candis Cayne, and Sherry Vine. So tell us about that.
Yeah, they're returning for their second year as a group, and a couple of them even third and fourth year here for New Year's Eve. But if you're not familiar with Jackie Beat and Sherry Vine and Candis Cayne, Jackie Beat and Sherry Vine, all three of them are the OGs of the drag era. They have been in the drag scene for a long time, way before RuPaul's Drag Race, what the world knows now. Mm-hmm. But Jackie Beat was a comedy writer. She still is a comedy writer for many, many comics. But the main comic that she wrote for many, many years was Joan Rivers.
Oh,
so
okay.
all those quips and quirks and things that you heard Joan Rivers spill out at the red carpet were usually lines that Jackie Beat had set her up with. And you'll hear a lot of that in her stylings. If you ever have a chance to see Jackie Beat, a lot of people say, oh, you kind of are like a Joan Rivers. She goes, yeah, because Joan Rivers was Jackie Beat. But she also wrote for Roseanne Barr as well, and many other comics, even in today's industry, she writes for. Mm-hmm. Sherry Vine is also a comedy drag performer and live singer. They both do parodies. Sherry Vine is much more dirty. They're both kind of dirty, very adult-like. Mm-hmm. And then Candis Cayne, she morphed into an actress on prime time. She does a lot of movies, film, television, and on streaming networks as well. She was one of the first trans actresses ever to appear on prime time before streaming got so popular. But she was on Money, 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 I think it was called. But anyways, yeah, she had a kissing scene with one of the Baldwin brothers.
Okay.
So that was very, very controversial, because, the networks can't handle all that. But they did it anyway.
Yeah. Good for them.
And then Candis also comes from just this bloodline of just amazing. She's captivating on stage as just a performer. Really, really. And besides being absolutely gorgeous, she's captivating on stage. And all three of them will come together on New Year's Eve here with two shows, 6 o'clock, 5:30 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. on New Year's Eve. So we're looking forward to having them back.
And what, for I want to get this out right away, for reservations, is there a phone number some people should call?
Sure. You're going to go to our website, OscarsPalmSprings.com, buy the tickets online, and it also becomes a reservation for dinner. Dinner is included in some of the ticket packages, but we do open about a half hour earlier. It is a buffet that evening. So food will be ready as soon as you walk in, and we do two shows.
So tell us what else. I mean, you always have stuff going on there. So what else is happening in the next month?
Well, Sandra Bernhard returned for her fifth appearance here. Sandra Bernhard makes her Oscars her home every time she comes to the desert. She's played here for the last 5 years, and we're always welcome to have her here. We have Elektra coming up in February. Elektra, again, one of the OGs of drag. One of the most amazing performers, over 40 years on stage. Elektra is making her farewell tour. She's going to be moving to Europe, so this is the last. She will retire in Europe. I believe they are moving to one of these smaller countries in Europe. I can't remember which one now off the top of my head.
Well, that sounds fun.
She will come through here for her last appearance, her first and last in the desert. Elektra's here in February, I think February 7th and 8th. Of course, not to forget we do a annual free Christmas breakfast for the 9th year in a row. Oscars provides good food for anyone in need on Christmas morning from 8 to 11. Anyone in need of good food, good cheer, or just good company, a bunch of people will be here spreading the cheer, love, and just graciousness on Christmas morning from 8 to 11. It's our 9th year doing that.
That's excellent. That's fabulous because we know it really is needed. So let's talk a little bit about Oscars in general. First of all, for a while you had a little bit of sort of construction going on, like outside in the patio. That's all done, right? All your renovations done.
The landlord had approached me upon when I signed my new lease about just doing some updates and kind of nixing that building that was out there and giving me a bigger patio. And of course, we do the weekly tea dance every Sunday for the last 11 and a half years. And I wanted more room for that. And we took over the space next door where a smaller restaurant was. We took over that space, turned that into our other bar to replace the main bar that was in that building there. Now we can see a lot more people.
Yeah.
When we reunited the cast of Dallas, which probably was our biggest event that we ever done in the history of Oscars, we had all 9 cast members here from the Dallas TV show last year. And we were able to see 260 people outside. That's great. So it helped us immensely with that, and not to mention security and safety reasons. But I was much excited to have a much bigger space to do a lot bigger things.
Sure, absolutely. That's always helpful. We're going to take a really, really quick break with Dan Gore in the Desert Scene. We'll be right back.
Craving a delicious meal that won't break the bank? Look no further than El Portal Mexican Restaurant in Cathedral City. At El Portal, we pride ourselves on offering family-friendly dining with affordable prices on our authentic Mexican cuisine. Owner Victor Lucurcio and his dedicated staff make you feel like part of the family. Whether you choose to dine in, take out, or opt for delivery, you can always count on fresh, mouth-watering dishes that will transport you to the heart of Mexico. Enjoy discounts throughout the week and explore one of the Valley's best selections of tequila to complement your meal. Join us for live entertainment on Friday evenings and consider El Portal for your next special occasion with our catering services. Visit eatatelportal.com for more details and discover why El Portal Mexican Restaurant has become a culinary gem in the desert. El Portal, located 1 block south of Ramon on De Palm and Via Olivera.
And we're back on the Desert Scene with Dan Gore, who is the owner, runs Oscars. Tell us a little bit about the history of Oscars and your history and how you came to be the sort of the face and voice in running Oscars. How did that all happen?
Well, I come from the drag scene, so I'm not a drag performer. I've been a drag booker and producer and director for over 30 years, and that's how I got into Oscars. So I had a show here that ran for many years before I acquired Oscars, and I just got a little tired, a little bit. I just wanted to change the pace, and I moved from running that ongoing weekend show, which was called Oscars Cabaret. And I started booking real celebrities, and Sandra Bernhard was the first one I booked. And we just recently had LaToya Jackson here. And within the last year or year and a half, I've been actually moderating these Q&As myself because I've been fascinated with fame and with pop culture. And I just wanted to bring these stars here and talk about their lives. And LaToya Jackson, when she was here last month, was one of the most fascinating interviews that we've done. She's just a very fascinating individual. And we had Morgan Fairchild before that.
Stormy Daniels, you had. Yeah.
Stormy Daniels, I enjoyed immensely talking to her, and Pia Zadora, and we also had Dale Bozio from Missing Persons. So, not to mention dozens and dozens of others, and working on some really big stuff for this upcoming year.
Yeah.
Because that's just fascinating to me, and I doesn't always compute. I can be honest, doesn't always compute that my fascination with some stars doesn't compute to the public. But I was really impressed with the interview I had with LaToya Jackson because she really was truthful about a lot of things that we didn't even have to ask her. So it was a very honest, wonderful interview, and people love that. So you do miss out on those opportunities, So when you see someone that might someone be interested, you guys should come because you never know what's going to happen in the interview. I have a strong connection with these people. I don't know why, the energy, I've been fascinated with fame for a long time.
Yeah.
And the restaurant business is not easy.
No.
So not easy whatsoever. So I wanted to make something, I wanted to get some passion back for what I do here. And bringing celebrities and doing unique stuff here is what brings the passion to me, and that's what I enjoy as well. So.
And I've noticed that the celebrities, at least the ones you've named them, they all have also come with a little bit of air of controversy. I've noticed. Is that something you strive for when you book someone like that?
I've always had to use this term stunt casting, and that's kind of how it started here originally. That a lot of people still don't know how I get some of the people I do, but now it's a lot easier. We have some pretty big names coming up in 2025 that I haven't announced yet. Mm-hmm. It's because we've had maybe 36 stars here now. So now they all tend to know each other. It's like a separate degree of separation. But, what star isn't involved in some sort of
well, that's true.
Of controversy of some sort, and I don't know. I want to just talk to them and put them in a different light.
Yeah.
The Stormy thing. The Stormy interview, we all knew who she was, but who is she really?
Right.
That's what I really want to talk. Let's get just her as a human being across. It wasn't going to be about the Orange Man and all that. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows all that. We just wanted to find out about her and get an idea to know who she is at heart, because we're all blood flowing humans, right? And we all have hearts that pump blood. We all breathe the same air.
Right.
It's like, but who? The media just destroys who we might be internally. So that's one of the reasons that we do these interviews. For me, it's like, it's not about driving home like, oh my God, why'd you say that? Or why'd Michael Jackson do this? It's like, what's about that? It's about who they are as a person and who they are at heart.
When you first started booking celebrities at Oscars, was it tough in the beginning before you kind of got the reputation and you had all these other people? The first one, was it a tough sell?
Well, I actually, I had a couple separate degrees of separation where people knew celebrities, and that's how it all came about. One of my customers was best friends with Dionne Warwick, so I didn't believe it because, in the desert, there's a lot of storytellers.
Right.
So he was telling me, I want to bring Dionne Warwick here. I want to do a birthday party here for her. And I'm like, I don't think you know Dionne Warwick. And we actually ended up FaceTiming her. So it was pretty funny. And we ended up doing a big celebration, got her a star on the Walk of Stars. And it just kind of, people would, when I had a couple, then people say, well, I know this person. I know Megan Forchild. My best friend's Debbie Gibson. So it just all kind of started
more from there.
Like that. Yeah. And now when I call people, most of the people know, oh, that's where,
so and so was.
Is that where, and it's an easier sell. But people laugh at me even last night. We're talking to some people. I'm like, well, I'm going to go after this person. She'll never do it. And they told me that
every time
over and over for Dallas.
Yeah.
Dallas people will never come here. And I'm like, no, we are going to get them. And it's my destiny to bring these people here. And I worked on it for several years. And I got them all here, and it's probably one of the biggest. It is the biggest event that we've ever done here at Oscars, and one of the biggest events the city has ever seen, because we had over a dozen media outlets from all over the world covering it.
Wow.
We were in every major paper, and just the word Palm Springs was blasted all over the world because it was the biggest reunion in over 15 years.
Yeah.
So nine cast members had never been together at one time.
Well,
so it's since 15 years ago.
Yeah.
So it was their 40th anniversary, and the last time they did a big reunion was the 25th anniversary.
Well, Dan Gore, you are a force of nature, and thank you so much for what you're doing to Oscars, bringing this excitement and all these celebrities to Palm Springs. It's part of what makes Palm Springs sort of the glamorous, show-busy place that people think of it as. So New Year's Eve, don't forget, 6 p.m., 9:30 p.m. show, Jackie Beat, Candis Cayne, Sherry Wine, reservations, www.oscarspalmsprings.com. Thank you, Dan Gore, so much, and thanks for being here. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Bonnie G, for the support and the love.
All right, happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
And we'll talk to the rest of you the next time on The Desert Scene.
The Desert Scene with Bonnie G. Meet the stars and feel the beat. From the Coachella Valley, it's the place to be. For all the culture, fun, and harmony. The Desert Scene, with Bonnie G. The Desert Scene's where you belong with Mutual Broadcasting's Bonnie G. Just sing along. Just sing along.